Budget Committee meeting scheduled for Thursday, January 18th at 4:30 will come to order. Madam Secretary, if we could have roll call, please.
Mr. Abshire?
Here.
Mr. Bears was unable to attend. Ms. Eason?
Here.
Mr. Landry?
Here.
Mr. Stelly?
Here.
President Barty?
Here.
And Chairman Anderpont.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, ma'am. Our first item on the agenda is to receive requests for grant funding from the Gaming Fund and recommend that the police jury at its regular meeting on January 18th, 2024, adopt resolutions approving cooperative endeavor agreements with the respective entities for the following requests, and further authorize the president of the police jury or his designee, when appropriate, to execute all documents related thereto. Item 1A, Ward 6, $65,000, Ward 6 Fire Protection District Number 1 for the purchase of various firefighting equipment. 1B, Ward 6, $50,000, Consolidated Gravity Drainage District Number 1, West Calcasieu, for costs associated with the purchase and construction of a fence at the shop/office located at 1280 Highway 12 in DeQuincy, Louisiana. And item 1C, Ward 8.
Move on all bullets.
$250,000, Waterworks District Number 8 of Wards 3 of 8 for operational costs associated with the district's consolidation effort. We have a motion.
Question.
Okay. We do have a motion by Mr. Abshire and seconded by Mr. Landry. Mr. Landry, you have a question? Or Mr. Stelly?
I do.
Both of you.
I do, thank you.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On 1B, $50,000 to build a fence. Is it gold or, I mean, what kind of fence we talking about here? Dog-eared? It must be. And they really need us to help them build a fence.
Mr. Landry, she's looking up the request to see if it's got more detail.
Okay.
The information that was turned in was a 6-foot plus 3-strand barbed wired residential grade galvanized chain link fence with 3 6x20 manual gates. The bid was awarded to Nash Fence and Supplies Incorporated.
So this, I mean, this has to be a facility that was already there before the consolidation. I can only imagine. So there wasn't a fence there before?
I don't think there was a security fence like they're asking for now.
Are they having problems? Things are pretty good in DeQuincy that I know of.
Landry, the acreage is 3.5 acres.
There's 32 churches there. Everybody's going to church in DeQuincy. It's 3 acres or something?
3.5 acres. Yes, sir.
Are they enclosing the whole acreage?
I'm sorry, but I'm not voting for, I gotta know way more than that. I'm not voting for, I
Okay.
might be the only one, but
Okay.
I'm not voting for 1B.
Mr. Stelly, did you?
I did not.
Ms. Eason?
Just wonder if they're enclosing the entire acreage, or how long and high is the fence? Does it give any specifications?
Six foot.
6 foot?
6 foot plus 3 strands of barbed wire residential grade galvanized chain link fence.
And does it enclose the entire 3 acre?
3.5 acres. Yes,
3.5
ma'am.
acres.
So, Mr. Landry, what we'll need is an amendment because we have a motion before us on all bullets. So if you want to amend 1B to, or because if your no vote will negate the other two.
Oh, yeah,
So
well,
if you want to offer an amendment. to
go ahead,
strike-
watch, Brian's dying
Excuse me, Mr.
dying to solve
Chairman,
this for us.
I think if y'all just simply do a motion for each one individually, when you get to 1B, Mr. Landry can vote how he'd like, instead of just
Well,
3 as a group.
the chair would prefer an amendment, and the amendment can be voted down or up. And
What would the amendment be?
we can, it's how you prefer, but an amendment is, we'll take care of it as opposed to all 3.
The only amendment I can come up with is just maybe to remove item 1B for
Yes.
consideration of the first.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yes.
I'll make a motion to remove my motion from the floor.
Well, because in the second, we have a he's willing to withdraw.
I'll move on 1A and 1C.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion on 1A and 1C. Do we have a second for that?
Second.
And let me go back to restate, the motion and the second was withdrawn from the original motion. Okay, any discussion on items 1A and 1C? Any objections? That motion carries. We do have an item, 1B, that we have to dispense with. So what is your pleasure?
I make a motion to deny 1B.
Okay, we have a motion that 1B be denied. Your motion will fail for a lack of a second, Mr. Landry.
To vote.
Okay, but we still need a motion for, if someone wants to make for 1B.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
may I? Are you looking for more detail?
Well,
Can I speak
that
now?
definitely would help.
I mean,
Here's the option. This is a recommendation to the full jury. You will have an opportunity to have Mr. Markentale from that district to explain more. So what we do here is merely a recommendation to the full body, and what the full body decides at 5:30, we will, can take that under consideration there. So is your motion to accept 1B at this time, Mr. Stelly?
yes, sir.
Do we have a second on that motion?
So moved.
Second by Mr. Abshire. Is there any other discussion or questions regarding item 1B?
Object, so just
Okay.
put me down as a no.
Okay, we have one objection. Anyone else opposed? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
With one objection, let the record reflect that Mr. Landry has voted no. We'll move now to item number 2, and that is to recommend the police jury at its regular meeting on January 18th, 2024, adopt a resolution approving a cooperative endeavor agreement between the police jury and the West Calcasieu Port for grant funding in the amount of $350,000 for the port's West Barge Basin dredging project, with the allocations as follows: Economic Development, $250,000, and Ward 4, $100,000. That is $20,000 from Districts 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, which are the West Side JORs. We have a motion by Mr. Barty and seconded by Mr. Abshire. Is there any discussion on item 2? Any objections? That motion carries.
Move to adjourn.
No, I have.
Oh, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
item 3, any other
Yes, sir.
matters? Yes,
Yes,
Mr.
sir,
Stelly,
please.
you have the floor.
I have a recommendation. When we have different items like this from different wards for money that's being requested, could we do them one at a time as opposed to all three together?
Yes, sir.
And I think the same thing needs to be done on our agenda as well. All separate items from separate wards or separate districts need to be separated in the motion. Agreed, Mr.?
Again,
Well,
no,
Mr. Stelly, it's y'all's meeting.
It-
Whatever the chairman recognizes as the motion, or whatever motion is made gets taken up.
and the motion, there was a motion made
Yeah,
for all
I know,
bullets.
I
So,
know.
I mean, it is to Mr. Gabb's point, it is at the discretion
Yeah.
of the body to take them all together or one at a time. And this afternoon, we took 2 out of 3. Is there any other items or matters that need to come before this committee?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Any objections? We stand adjourned.